You know, it's quite ridiculous when you see humans trying to teach a snake how to eat, right? Snake, a predator. Humans are trying to teach a snake how to eat. I mean, this really shows how entitled and disconnected we've become in the 21st century. Have you ever thought about what it is like to be a snake? Have you ever tried to eat an egg the snake way to find out how delicious it is? In fact, snakes really do enjoy their meals. They do. And their method of eating is fascinating. Who even thinks to give a snake advice on how to eat? Snake, a master predator. You, human, want to teach a snake how to eat. Why do we even care about how a snake eats an egg? How can you, wake up after a good night's sleep, enjoy your big breakfast, lunch, dinner, pay for expensive data, and then spend time criticizing a snake on how to eat an egg? Does it even make sense? Well, there is a video on Facebook showing a snake swallowing an egg and then squeezing out the insides before discarding the shell. Many people think the snake isn't smart. Let's take a moment to watch this video. So as you can see in the video, the snake is just beginning to swallow the egg. He's trying to push its small head over the egg, which seems to be bigger than its head. It's more like a baby snake, because the size of an egg and the way it's looking big here, it's more like it's even bigger than a snake itself. So it's halfway through. Okay, at this point it is almost done swallowing. And whoa, interesting. It's almost done. Look at how pinky it is. It's amazing how it's able to swallow the egg without breaking it. It's as if there's no teeth in its mouth. But I suppose this snake has teeth actually. So at this point, I think it is okay. It's done swallowing, and it seems to be crushing the shell, or crushing the egg to squeeze out the yolk and the egg white out of it first before it's discard the shell. Whoa, it's done. As you can see, it's even licking its mouth, showing that, well, this has been an incredible diet. That is the egg over there, the shell over there. Oh wow. Well, I think we all do this when we have a good meal. So this was posted on Facebook, and then a lot of people don't understand why the snake should eat this way. There are better ways that this snake should eat the egg, and not the way it has, shown us. Let's take a moment to read some of the comments by people. Now, this is Debbie. Debbie Chambers says, why doesn't he just crack it? Why does it bother you that the snake didn't crack the egg first before, and then just sipping it out? Debbie thought that is what the snake should have done. And we have a lot of people supporting Debbie Chambers. Azad says, yes, thinking the same. Why wouldn't he crack it and, make scrambled egg? Azad has lost it. Why? How can a snake scramble an egg? Where are the hands, the arms to do that? I think Azad is just having fun. And then Fam says, I heard they like them like that cause those eggs shells are delicious. But the snake didn't eat the shells. It discarded it. So why are you saying the shells are delicious? Owen says it will be cracked in the stomach. Of course, we all saw that in the video that Was it in the stomach or somewhere in the gullet region, the throat or something? I don't think the snake has a stomach, all the way up its throat or mouth area or the gullet area. Dele says, I know, right? He should crack it and at least fry it first. Make it a sunny side. That's the best. Oh, and add a little ketchup on top of it too. Look at this. Look at it. I think Lee is just trying to give a cheeky response to David Chambers, because David's question doesn't really... why would you even ask that question in the first place? And then we have some more people responding to Debbie. Graymond says, Debbie Chambers, the intelligence in the crack aspect was stolen immediately after his contact with Eve was known. Okay, so he's referring us back to the Garden of Eden story. And then we have Watu. Watu says it doesn't want to spill a drop. Okay, it's actually a fun one. Yes, the snake was actually really enjoying it doesn't want to lose any juice out of the whole egg. That is why it has to swallow it all the way up and then squeeze it out before bringing out the shells. And then Matthew says her mom didn't teach her well. So you want to tell us there's a different way that a snake should eat egg? He has been snaking. He has been a snake all his life, and you are telling us that the mom didn't teach it well or teach him or her well. And Onyebuchi says it's she and not he. I also just referred to the snake as a he and then a she. As a he a while ago, and then boom, Onyebuchi says it's a he, it's a she and not a he. That's well, how do you know it's a he and not a she? Is there a special way of identifying the gender of a snake? People are so free. Michaela says maybe because it's African. But how do you know this snake is African? You have there was no description to the video, and so how do you conclude that this is an African snake? People are so free on the internet, arguing over unnecessary stuff. Mathel Romero says, Debbie Chambers, or the person watching, he should just poke the snake with a stick and surely the egg will crack. Why would you do that? The snake has not asked you for help. It's been eating the egg that way all his life. Why would you want to help him? Has he asked for your help? And then Last Mate says, cause it's stupid. Then, yes, I think Last Mate is replying to Debbie Chambers' question. And he says that cause it's stupid. He thinks that the snake is stupid. That is why it's eating the way it was eating the egg. Or it is eating the egg. Fan says, because it do not have a bowl. Okay, this is a cheeky one. And David says, with the arms? Yeah, with the arms. Why would they crack it? How would they crack it? With what? Or the head or the tail or the arms or legs? And Brian says, it is she. It's a she or a she male. Maybe. Okay, people are, now arguing about the gender. Saeed says he hasn't cooker or microwave. The snake hasn't got a cooker or a rice cooker or microwave. Well, that's why it's eating it that way. So is it that people are so free that they would want to teach a snake how to eat? What makes you wake up and decide that today is a day to criticize a snake? Who sits there thinking today I shall be the Gordon Ramsay of snake gastronomy? Because the world and the snake family at large needs my expert snake dining comment. Yummy! And so you go all the way to social media and try to teach a snake how to eat. Yummy! Are you so free? Well, let's read more comments. And this is from Spain. Spain says, reminds me of her. How does a snake swallowing an egg remind you of her? And who is the her in this situation? Is it your girlfriend, your ex, or your mom? Who is the her in this situation? Cassidy says, me on Thanksgiving. Okay, so she's referring to when it is time for Thanksgiving, and then she's all over the duck and the turkey and the chicken and whatever meat she has on the table. Phyllis says, looks like giving birth in reverse. No, but how does it? Well, I've never been a woman before, and I've not given birth, obviously, before, so I can't really tell how this can be likened to having a baby in reverse. And William says, seems an awful lot of effort. Surely it will make more sense to crack the egg and drink it. So Williams is also saying that it will be wiser, or it's best for the snake to just crack the egg and then drink it, instead of just trying to swallow the whole egg before squeezing the juice out of it. How does it matter? How does it concern you? The snake is not complaining. And then Anthony says, all that work when he could just bit into the egg and slurp its content.
Yummy!
He knew the camera was watching him, so he could show off his big mouth. Chris Mosso. Oh, Cheese Mosso. How do people even think about this kind of comment? How do you think that the snake already knew that it could, just crack it and then drink the content? But then because there's a camera, it's taking its time. It's showing off skills of how much wide its mouth is. Does snake even know camera? People are so free on the internet. So free and so funny. John says, it must have been a lot of pain. Look how its eyes looked after the initial jaw stretching. Really? How does the eye look? From what I saw in the video, it actually was really enjoying the meal.
Yummy!
And look at how it opened its mouth, yawned after eating. So delicious. So how can you tell me its eye looked as if it was in pain? Cabello says, isn't an egg soft and break easy? Of course, yes. So are you surprised that the snake was able to swallow the egg without breaking it? Or you think that the snake is not smart enough and should have broken the egg before drinking? Blake says, that doesn't look graceful at all. But how does it matter? Why do you care? Sharon says, why don't you just crack it open? Sharon is worried about snake not cracking its own egg. How is that your problem? Casey says, these particular snakes don't have the ability to bite. This is why it consumes the egg's whole. In addition to the egg inside of it, some will slither between rocks or some type of hard surfaces to break it. Okay. So Casey is given a little bit of an education about this type of snake and how it's egg. Well, I don't know. I have no idea if what he's saying is right, and I'm not ready to do any research about that. And Ken says, such a fool thing. Break it and eat it.
Yummy!
You are so free. How would you be advising a snake on a social media? It's not even listening to you. And then Bowman says, there has to be an easier way. And what is the easier way to eat the egg? Show us. Tell us. And Stan used the opportunity to praise God. He says, God is an amazing creator. Genesis, Jesus.
Wow!
And then Angie says, that looks like that hurts. How does swallowing an egg hurt? Even in some cultures, people swallow boiled egg, whole boiled egg. So I think even if people can even swallow it, then a snake should be able to swallow it without any problem. And Marion says, ouch, that looks painful. You are here, feeling the pain on behalf of a snake. You're on Facebook, you're trying to empathize with a snake. How ridiculous can that be? People are so free on the internet. And Mark says, someone give that snake a spoon. He hasn't asked for a spoon. Why should a spoon be given to it? Valentin says, I just lost my time watching this video. Thought the egg would eat the snake, but not at all. Disappointed. You see, you have mobile data, Wi-Fi. You pay for it every month. And this is what you comment on social media. Feels like there's a better way to eat a meal. And this is from Sally. Sally, what is the better way? Show us. Show us how to eat the egg. Why struggle that much? Nonsense. And this is from Lucy. Another Leah Rain says, it looks painful. And then Simfiwe says, how does he breathe? Sifele says, the snake took what it wants. Nicole says, looks painful. I'm surprised the pressure doesn't crack it. Well, I don't know either. Nicole Van Renen says, if it's crack, he's choking. Oh, I don't know. I have no idea. Jerry says, I feel like giving it a hammer to crack it. He is going through a lot. How do you know he is going through a lot? Has he requested for a hammer? By the way, when you give him the hammer, how is he going to use it? With the tail or the head? And Laurie Mick says, makes the sides of my mouth hurt. How? So what should he do? Is there a better way he should have eaten it? It's in the egg? Jordan says, I feel like there was an easier way to do that. Jordan, what is the easier way? Let us know. What is the easier way? How do you expect the snake to eat this egg? How? And then De Los Santos says, it's very painful while to swallow the whole egg. Who told you it's painful? The snake, as we can see in the video, isn't crying or weeping or shedding a single tear. So how do you say it's painful? Just because you humans cannot swallow a raw egg. Even that, some people do in some places. Some people do swallow raw eggs. So if you cannot do it, it doesn't mean an animal cannot do it. It's just egg. And then finally, Samuel says, that's a solid demonstration of the demon's skills. I love watching the video. The slow motion replay really highlights your skills. Okay, so we have somebody appreciating the skills. At least we have somebody that appreciates how the snake eats. Yeah, it's not all about you should have eaten this way instead of that way. I don't know why somebody would just get up to tell a snake how to eat. It doesn't really make sense to me. Who are we to judge, millions of years of evolutionary perfection, something the snake has been doing all of its life? You want to take a day to tell us that this is how it should eat? Just because you have social media and mobile data and phone, with your iPhones and your expensive phones and gadgets, just to tell a snake how to eat. People are so free. How do you explain to your family, your teachers, your friends, your girlfriends that the other day when they needed you and you said, oh, give me a minute, I'm coming? It was because you were busy writing a comment about a snake's table manners. How do you explain that? That, oh, wifey, the last time you were calling me and I said, just give me a minute, I was actually trying to lecture a snake how to eat. Like, really? Seriously? No, so this is my final advice. You know what's funny? The snake doesn't care about your opinion. It is living its best life, and one egg at a time, as you can see in the video. So, well, let's all try to stay humble, okay? We are just human, and no snake has come to ask us for our expert analysis on how to eat an egg. By the way, I'm monitoring what people say on social media, and you could be my next victim. I'll bring you here and I will roast you. Catch you in the next video. Remember to subscribe. Bye and see you next time.